Good morning from day 53. I'm gonna start a little bit later today. It's about 6:25. Just didn't sleep too well last night, and then was finally feeling sound asleep, of course, when my alarm went off at 5:30. It's a magnificent view. Trail goes right along this ridge here, and here's where we saw the sunset last night. Sunrise is over there. I didn't wake up in time, and it's on the other side of the ridge, so I don't get to see that. So I have 48 miles to Sierra City, and so my hope is to do 32 miles today, 32 and a half. It does have elevation gain, but not as bad as yesterday. Only about 4,800 or 5,000 or so. The benefit of doing 32 today is that we'll leave 16 miles plus a mile and a half road walk, if I don't get a hitch, into Sierra City tomorrow. And I want to do as short a day into Sierra City as possible because I want to send home my beer canister. And the post office is only open from 10 to 2. So got to get there before 2, which 16 miles will be easy peasy to do. With that, I should be able to get there before noon. But then get in. They apparently have good sandwiches, so have a good sandwich. Get my resupply for 2.5 days to Quincy, and then keep on moving.
Put water in it, okay.
Yeah, and the pug that we're buying.
And the pug that we need.
But like, it's 8%. Yeah, so it's 2 beers.
Already drunk, I'm not fucked up.
He's the best.
Big Shrimpin', can you grab that Pacifico from him?
You gotta hang on, man.
It is 7 o'clock at night, and I am hiking again. So a lot has happened since I last touched base. I ended up going into Truckee with the other hikers to float the river. So me and Milkman hiked 6.8 miles to the road where Donner Ski Ranch is. Met up with the other hikers, which included Amy, aka Rocket, Platinum, Pope, Banter, Machete, and Little Dog. Oh, and Smokey. We got a ride from someone who was eating at the ski ranch to the Safeway in Truckee, which is about 8 or 9 miles off trail. Bought $5 inner tubes and some seltzers or ciders, and then took the free bus from Truckee to Tahoe City, where we got in the river, floated for about 3 hours, got out of the river, took the bus back from where we got out to Truckee, ate at Dairy Queen, and then me, Milkman, and Amy or Rocket hitched back and are back on trail. The others are staying the night at Donner Ski Ranch. So our goal today is to do another 7 to 8 miles, making it much less than the 32-mile day I had planned, but well worth the side trip. It's an extremely fun day. It does mean my original plan was to get to Sierra City before 2 p.m. tomorrow. That is not going to happen, so I'll probably get to Sierra City on Wednesday morning. I have enough food. Well, I don't have breakfast, but I'll be able to have a lunch or dinner for breakfast on Wednesday. Get into Sierra City then, or Tuesday, sorry, Tuesday. Get into Sierra City on Tuesday, and then still get back on track to get to Quincy on Thursday. Originally it was going to be a shorter day into Quincy, but we used that rest time today, so it should be still a pretty full day into Quincy. But again, well worth the side quest today. It was such a fun group, fun time. The river was really nice float. There was a couple times where there's some pretty dangerous rocks. That scraped up my back. But beyond that, wonderful day. This is the interstate I-80 that I'm crossing under right now. Made it to Castle Pass, which means less than a mile to where we're camping, and kind of beautiful sunset. I mean, beautiful, but not really a big sunset that we can see here. It is 8:17, so should be at camp by like 8:35, which isn't too bad for starting at 6:15 and doing 7 point something miles. The GoPro doesn't do the sunset colors justice, but it's such a beautiful pink orange. Where we're camping tonight is called the Peter Grub Hut. It's the first and maybe only hut or lodge where we can sleep in along the PCT. It is supposedly maintained by the Sierra Club for backcountry ski lodge in the winter, but open in the summer as well. And there's camping around it. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to camp inside or around, because it's kind of late to be pulling up. But here it is from the outside. Just kidding, we are not allowed to camp in the hut. It is locked. But plenty of camping around. Today is day 54. It is already almost 3 p.m. I spent the morning hiking with Rocket. She and Milkman are behind us now. We've done 19 miles. Plan to stop at a lake to swim in about 3 miles and then camp at 29.9. So pretty smooth, easy morning so far. Haven't been talking because I've been hiking with other people. I just wanted talking quietly now, but I'll catch up more later. I can definitely see how people get what are called the NorCal blues. I mean, we're not even 200 miles into Northern California, like only 150, 170, I don't know, something like that. And I mean, already the views are really, really pretty, but they're just not as magnificent as the Sierras. You know, everything is just more subtle. You know, smaller mountains, smaller views. I mean, it does make easier days, but the beauty is just more subtle, and then less lakes. Not that I jumped in too many lakes, but less lakes to cool off in. And as we get lower in elevation, the biggest downside is also it gets hotter. So today it's in the mid 80s, and I know that temperature is only going to continue to get hotter and hotter, but you know, definitely makes it easy to see how people get NorCal blues. Fortunately, hiking with Rocket and Milkman, you know, that helps alleviate that. If I was hiking by myself, that would be a little bit more liable to get the blues. But me and Rocket spent the first 18 miles of the day hiking together, and had amazing conversation. The time really flew by, and then, you know, we all stopped and had lunch together. Now we're heading to a lake to go swimming together, and then we'll just have 7 miles left to camp. So it's been a good, easy day so far. Yeah, the trail's been really easy. By the time we get to camp, it's only going to have been less than 4,000 feet of gain over the 30 miles, which makes it a really easy day. And then we're camping about 5 miles outside of Sierra City, so we'll have a lazy morning. The post office and the general store in Sierra City don't open till 10 a.m. So we're gonna have a lazy, no alarm morning. Then just make sure we do 5 miles by 10 a.m., which is really easy. Considering normally do 5 miles by like 7:30 or 8. Get into Sierra City, send our bear canisters home, get some food, and then continue on to Quincy. Taking a short quarter-mile detour to Jackson Meadows Reservoir to go swimming. Milkman and Rocket are behind me a few minutes, but they'll be joining, and we'll all get a cool off because it is almost 90 degrees. We still have 7 miles to go, so we'll get hot again, but at least for now we'll get to be able to feel cool.
His shoulders look great.
Well told.
Like the top is too wide for a fire, but the bottom maybe.
But like clouds don't form like that.
Yeah. It's so cool though.
You obviously won't be able to really see me because of the light, but it is around 9:30 at night. Whoa, that's a big spider. Anyway, it's around 9:30 at night. I am at camp. We got to camp late, around 8:40. We did 29.9 miles today. I did a total of a mile of side trails because we spent 2.5 hours at the lake. Didn't leave till like 6:30. Just enjoying a nice warm lake that I was comfortable to swim in and dive off the dock and have fun. Easy miles today. We are 4.7 miles from Sierra City, so again, no alarm in the morning. We just have to make it there by 10 a.m. But I am now gonna go to bed because it is late and I'm tired.